but it took me 45 minutes to get here. And I forgot my tripod, so we're handheld today. I just walked up the hill. Um, we're gonna go for a little walk, and I just wanted to catch up with you guys and see what's going on since I haven't talked in a couple of days. I think we should have a nice sunset from up here. It's the reservoir down there in downtown Portland in the distance. I'll switch the chat over to subscriber only mode if we need to, but there's only like 15 people watching right now, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal. This is one of the other reservoirs right behind. It's usually filled all the way up. We've had a lot of rain, so I don't know why it's so low, but the city uses this for drinking water. So I have an appointment with an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and they're going to do a panel of hearing tests on Tuesday. And they're going to let me know basically if and when it's safe for me to go back down to ice. Right now, loud noises still like really hurt. It's funny because a lot of frequencies are really muffled and I can hardly hear them, but there's certain high-pitched frequencies that are just straight up painful for me to hear. So I have a bunch of stuff that I basically like shoved over my ear, cotton balls and stuff to kind of dull the noise out, since the doctors, I haven't actually seen, I guess I went into the ER and I talked to my doctor online, but no one ever gave me anything to stick over my ear, so I kind of came up with something myself. There's a little duck down there in the reservoir. Oh, here's another one, a white duck. They're both under the water. I know that they like drop down like that to catch fish, but I wouldn't think they'd be catching fish in a reservoir. Oh, that's super cute. Come back up, duckies. There's one of them. There's the white. Oh, they popped up together. Yeah, 10 people, but 10 of the best. We actually have a few more people in here now, but I'd kind of way rather have it just be a few people in here that I care about that get the update anyway. So I did, I reached out to the police the night of the incident, and they took down information and stuff. I haven't heard anything back, so I have no idea if they charged him or did anything. I talked to the DA and they said it could be weeks before they decide if they want to pursue anything. So I have like no news on what's going on with that or if anything's going to happen. And I'll have to wait until Tuesday to figure out kind of how bad my ear stuff is, if it's going to come back. But I mean, it's been days and my ear's still pretty messed up. I'll be back down there at some point, Dean Wall, I think. I need to see how long it's going to take for my ear to actually get back to normal or whatever normal is going to end up being. And I don't want to go down before talking to a doctor just to make sure I'm not going to like do more damage. I don't trust that they wouldn't, come after me with a megaphone again, knowing that my ear's damaged, trying to cause more damage or something like that. That's the one thing that really bugs me and makes me want to come back is without me down there. I know that there's other streamers on the left, but there wasn't really anyone else that was down there consistently night after night that you could kind of count on to tune into to see what was going on. I don't want to like toot my own horn, but like I was that guy, and if they successfully scare me off, it just kind of feels like they won, Yeah, Robin, I have some kind of report number from them. So I can't put earplugs in my right ear right now. Pretty much anything even touching it is very uncomfortable. Right now I kind of have a bunch of stuff that I like wrapped around my head, some cotton balls and some different cloth that block out some of the noise and make it more comfortable. And I'm gonna talk to the ear doctor to see, I don't know if they have some kind of device or sound deadening bandage or something that I could wear. Probably the best thing would be like some shooter's earmuffs or something like that, or like construction worker earmuffs. But if I go down and do that, I'm gonna have like no situational awareness, and I won't have a good sense of what's going on around me, and that seems dangerous in its own way, Yeah, I'm sure in any manual for a megaphone, it's gonna say, don't use it near anyone's ear. And he was, I mean, from what I could tell from that video and what it felt like, maybe a foot and a half from my ear when he was yelling into it. I mean, that's common sense says that that's obviously really dangerous to do. So I don't think there's really any defense against that. I mean, you don't do that unless you want to hurt someone. Yeah, if I go back down, I'm gonna look into some kind of hearing protection. I've had earplugs that I have on me, and I've always worn them when stuff got loud down there. The thing is, there were three guys coming at me, and I thought about putting them in when they were coming up because I saw the megaphone, but I just made a judgment at that moment that I'd rather have situational awareness if they were going to circle me, than deaden my hearing. And that's the thing. I mean, you don't want you want to be able to hear what's going on if you have guys circling around you and guys behind you. So it's really counterintuitive to block off your sound when you know people are coming up to you. And that night, people hadn't been using megaphones really aggressively like they had on other nights. So I didn't think it was going to be a problem. I didn't think I was going to have to protect myself at that moment, and I was wrong. And that's the thing, you always have to balance, different dangers down there. Those guys could have easily come up and just beat the shit out of me instead of blasting a megaphone in my ear. And then if I put earplugs in, that would have been the wrong choice. So hindsight's 20/20, I guess. It was pouring down rain here. It was pouring down rain when I left. I just had a hoodie on and I ran back upstairs and grabbed my raincoat and stuff. And that's part of what made me late. That, and I had no idea it would take me this long to get down here. I think when we make it around this reservoir, it's going to be just in time to see whatever sunset there is. I kind of like this just walking around a park thing. I don't know about a restraining order, Nance. I need to. So the officer I talked to has been off the last couple of nights. So I need to get back in touch with him and just see, if something like a restraining order is appropriate. If it is, what evidence do I need? That kind of stuff. And then I just need to assess, if I think that's appropriate. If I get a restraining order against him, it could be it just pisses everyone else off down there, and I have other people coming after me instead of him. So I don't know. I can't, get just a blanket restraining order against all MAGA. It doesn't work like that. It has to be against a specific person, and you have to have evidence for that person. I mean, the two main people right now would be the guy with the megaphone and the Ground Zero guy. So I may try and get a hold of that officer again and just see, kind of what evidence I'd need to gather and that kind of stuff, just so I have it as an option in the future, at least. If I don't want to, maybe I will do it immediately. I don't know. And I don't think I've seen any video of Ground Zero being down there since then. So it could be after this he just decides he doesn't want to come down anymore. I don't know. So I have video, and I don't know. I mean, it's not video I got, but it was video from someone else about Ground Zero saying he hit the green frog in the teeth with his megaphone. So I don't know, there may be something coming from that too. I don't know. But if I were him, I'd be a little concerned, But I don't know. I can't really speak to any of that. It's so pretty up here. I guess we're probably not going to get a sunset, but we'll see the city kind of turn tonight. I'm doing better than I was, Mari, but I'm definitely not 100%. I just stop and read what you guys have been saying. Yeah, it is kind of a no-win situation, Cassandra, and yeah, it's tough. You don't want to let guys like that win, but it's it's not worth my safety at the same time. And looking back, had I known I was putting myself in the risk I was, probably definitely wouldn't have gone out that night, or maybe I don't know, maybe wouldn't even have pursued this at all. But I think I had more of a false sense of security than I actually had. I always tried to treat everyone respectfully down there. I tried not to, get in the middle of stuff, not to argue, and I thought that gave me a level of protection. And I think it did until, that last week I was down there, and suddenly they, I think just ran out of people to go after and decided to go after me. And all of a sudden, even doing everything I could to be as neutral as possible or as fair as possible, or however you want to say it, that didn't protect me anymore, and they decided they were going to do what they did. I'm not sniffling because I'm crying. I always sniffle when it's cold out, and it's cold and windy, and my nose is running like mad. I like these little pump station buildings on all the reservoirs. They took out one huge reservoir on the corner years and years and years ago and built a housing complex, but they kept one of these pump stations right on the corner, and a friend of a family friend bought it, and they go like 5 stories underground, so that's like 5 rooms, each going further and further down to the bottom of the reservoir, and he turned it into this really cool kind of strange house. And I think it's still there to this day. But I mean, if you think of, look at it, it's a decent size, each level would make a decent size, living room, and that goes all the way down, 5 stories down to the bottom of the reservoir. I guess you only have windows in the top floor. That would be kind of weird, but yeah, hopefully I'll be out there at some point, Nicholas. I mean, I'm hoping, the hope is that my hearing gets better, that, some point, I don't know, in a week, in days, in a couple of weeks, at some point it'll be safe for me to go back down there. I'm not going to risk damaging my hearing, and we'll be able to go back to kind of how things were. But it's looking like I'm going to have to take a little bit of time off. And I'll know way more on Tuesday after I talk to the ear doctor. I'll probably do another video like this with another update and just let you guys know. Hopefully I'll have good news and he'll say, you know, give it another 3 or 4 days and you're good or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I'm hopeful though. My hearing, my ear and my hearing every day has been better than the last, so it is slowly improving. Yeah, we've only got 18 likes. We have 45 people in here. All you have to do is double tap the screen to like it if you like what you're watching. If not, no hard feelings. That is a long, steep staircase. That's kind of cool. That makes for a cool shot. Let's see if we can see any more ducks over here. I see stuff floating out there, but I don't see the ducks anymore. Is there any questions you guys have or anything about what's going on that maybe I can answer? Otherwise, we'll just wait for the sun to go down here a little bit, and I'll probably wrap this up and come back Tuesday and let you guys know what's going on. Or maybe come back before then if I come up with like a fun video idea or something like that. Yeah, don't want to fall down those steps for sure. Kind of have a little bit of a sunset, but not really. It actually looks... Is there any way? Oh, there we go. Adjust the... just flip back. If I click up on the sky, it darkens it, and then you can kind of see. That's closer to what I see. Yeah, this is up at Mount Tabor Park in Portland. 3 random words. This is kind of one of the top spots to come down and check out the sunset in Portland, I think. If I can zoom in, all the lights just kind of came on downtown. Can't really tell so much just yet, but from here you can see all the lights starting to come on in all the buildings and stuff, and all the street lights coming on through the city. Oh, I don't know if you guys caught it, but Tommy had his court date today. I didn't kind of fully understand what was going on, but it sounded like they called the court in the wrong courtroom and the right district attorneys weren't there, and his lawyer didn't file any of the correct paperwork, and they just told him to come back later again. So I don't think he's going to be able to come back to the ICE building anytime soon. But they had said something about maybe working something out outside of the court, but I just can't imagine he's gonna make it back down there anytime soon. I'll be upset if Tommy gets to go down there before I do. Not upset, mildly annoyed. When noise is picking up. Oh man, hold on. I think I have those lav mics and I forgot to put them on. I'm gonna log off here in a couple of minutes anyway, but might as well hook one of those up if I have them. So, sorry, I don't have a tripod, so I'm hold on. Okay, I think I got all the appropriate pieces. See how to turn this all on. Is that on? That's on. There's the on-off switch for that part. That's on. Mic's connected. Hold on one sec. Okay, I think I have the lav mic hooked up. I just have to connect this somewhere. Here, does this sound okay? Awesome. Yeah, this is that lav mic Jordy at Operation Inflation said I could use indefinitely, but he didn't give me the charger for the two mics, so I'm gonna have to either next time I'm down there ask him for the charger or just give the mics back to him if I'm not gonna be going down again. But I think I have two mics and they probably last 4 or 5 hours each, so I imagine I can get some time out of them before they die. Oh, there's someone coming up those steep steps. The sun's almost down. Probably gonna wrap it up in a few here. Now that I took the time to set the lav mic up, I just go off the air. That sounds about right. I do have mace, Tarly. Actually, Operation Inflation also bought me a 3-pack of mace gel, and I do keep that on me. I just don't really talk about it because it's one of those things that I hope I never have to use, but I do have it if I need it. Can I get to this little lookout thing right here? No, it's gated up. Damn, that'd be cool if I was able to get onto that little deck. Historic reservoirs. Yeah, don't throw objects into the reservoir. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Oh, there's some duckies out there now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and if I don't find a video to do before Tuesday, I'll come on and probably do something kind of like this sometime in the afternoon and Tuesday and let you know how my hearing test and stuff went. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all your support through this. You guys have been really, really great. So yeah, I so much appreciate all my viewers and all the people who've been following me through this. You guys are an awesome community, and I'll talk to you Tuesday unless I find something fun to do before then. Thank you guys. Have a good night.